Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Head back into the video today. And today the Houston Astros lose the New York Yankees 7-1 in the second game of the 4 game series. That is, opening up this series. Opening up this season. And this is a tough day for Houston. Well, I wouldn't say all Houston sports. The Rockets extended their winning streak to 11 games. They continue to play really well, but I'm a little upset because the Houston Cougars did lose today, and their season is over. And I really had high hopes for them this season, and it doesn't make it any better when the Astros played the way they did today against the Yankees, 7-1. I always say a loss hurts, but a loss to the Yankees hurts more. And and the way they played today, and I gotta say, I loved the way Christian Javier went out there and just balled out. He pitched amazing, and really sucks. He was able to go 6 innings for the Astros, but his pitch count kind of got high, and that's why we didn't see him for a 7th inning. It would have been nice to see him for a 7th inning, and the Astros ended up giving 2 runs up in the 7th inning, so maybe that would have changed things a little bit. But at the same time, I really don't think it would have at all, because all the guys that came in really struggled off the bullpen, and I really think the Astros really have a bullpen problem right now. Look, there's no, I don't think there's any, I really don't think there's any, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't think there's any, juice. Josh Hader as the closer, that's amazing, right? We didn't see him today, but having him would be great. And his first outing in Thursday's game was amazing. You have Ryan Presley, of course, and you also have Bregman, but we haven't seen him in the last 2 games. He has not been available. Thank God he will be available tomorrow after the suspension. I got to say, I think in a game like this, the Astros really miss having a guy like Brian Abreu, because Brian Abreu would be a guy that comes in the 7th inning for the Astros after the starter is done, like Christian Javier. And that the 7th inning the Yankees had, Cabrera getting a RBI single, Soto getting an RBI walk, probably would have not happened, or the Yankees would have not done as much damage as they did in the 7th inning, as maybe they would have done a little bit of damage. But if you have a guy like Abreu who's not suspended pitching in the 7th inning, things would be a lot better, and maybe the Yankees don't get the confidence in the 8th inning to score 4 runs, but. Outside of Brian Abreu, Ryan Presley, and Josh Hader, and I guess I would also add Seth Martinez to that list because I really like him as well, and Montero from time to time, the rest of this bullpen is a little iffy. Parker Mashinsky was terrible today. Brandon Bielak was terrible today. Taylor Scott, who looked really good yesterday, I really like it. I really want him to continue to get some chances, but he looked really bad today. So it's just not a good day for this Astros bullpen. So, all right, let's get into it. 7-1 is the final score. Win goes to Weaver. He's 1-0 this season. His first win. I think that was his first outing of the year. He pitched 1 1/3 of an inning, gave up 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 strikeouts, 0 walks. Taylor Scott only got 1 out in this ball game. He was the pitcher after Christian Javier. Only got 1 out in the 7th inning, giving up 1 hit, 200 runs, 0 strikeouts, 2 walks. 12 hits for the Yankees, 7 for the Astros, 2 errors for the Astros, 0 for the Yankees. Now, the problem was the Astros made defensive mistakes, and they left too many runners on in scoring position or just on base in this game. Too many runners left for the Astros today. I think there was 7, or maybe it was more. But I think it was in the 6th inning, it was 7. But, scoring summary. First inning, Alex Bregman hits an RBI single to center. Altuve scored. That's his first RBI of the year. It's 1-0. 7th inning, 2 runs for the Yankees. Cabrera, RBI single. Volpe scores. It's 1-1. Soto with RBI walk. It's 2-1. 8th inning, Volpe with a fielder grounded into fielder's choice. Rizzo scored on an error, 3-1. Then Wells reached on a bunt single to pitcher. Verdugo scored on throwing error by pitcher Mashinsky. Wells to first on throwing error by pitcher Mashinsky. Wells to second. Volpe to third. It's 4-1. Cabrera single to center. Volpe scored and Wells scored at 6-1. That's in the 8th still. And then the 9th inning, Giancarlo Stanton hits a home run to left center. 419 feet. It's 7-1. So that wraps up the scoring summary in this game. I'll go over the Astros batting in this one. Altuve went 2 for 5. After a bad day yesterday, went 1 for 5. He had a first inning double to left and a 9th inning single to right. That was it for Altuve. Alvarez went 0 for 4 today. So 0 for 4 with a walk in the 7th and a fielder's choice in the 9th. He's batting .222 in the first 2 games. Altuve is batting .300 in the first 2 games. Kyle Tucker went 2 for 5, hit a single to left with a in the 3rd, and then a 7th inning single to left in the 7th. Alvarez the second. He's batting .333 this season in the first 2 games. Alex Bregman went 1 for 2 today with 2 walks, 3rd and 5th inning walks. And then the first inning he had a single to center for an RBI. He's batting .286 in the first 2 games. Jose Abreu continued to not have a hit. He did not have a hit yesterday. He does not have a hit again today. 0 for 4. He had a 3 out of 4 of his bats were fly out. So as much as Jose Abreu didn't play well today, he was making nice contact with the ball. I thought he was just short. There was a couple. I thought he had some well hit balls tonight, but at the same time, Yankees outfield was really good. And there was a couple of his hits that were just a little bit short. Could have been a big double or maybe even a home run if he would just, a couple of those flyouts, had a little bit more power and went a little bit farther. But, it's just tough. But hopefully he can get it going before this series is over, either tomorrow or Sunday. Jas McCormick, after a really good day yesterday with 2 RBIs, went 0 for 3 with a second inning walk, and he struck out twice and grounded out. He's batting .143 so far this season. Yanner Diaz went 1 for 3, had an 8th inning walk, and had a single to center in the 4th. He's batting .571 so far this season. Jeremy Pena went 1 for 4 today with a 4th inning single to right. Diaz to second, and that was it. He struck out, grounded out, lined out. He's batting .375 so far this season. Jake Myers is 0 for 3. Today he had a second inning walk and flied out twice and grounded out to second, batting .200 so far this season. Christian Javier was excellent. He pitched 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts in 90 pitches. Fortunately, he just reached a high number of pitches and wasn't able to go out there, even though he had a shut out 6 innings. Wasn't able to go out there and pitch the 7th inning, which I think would have changed things for the Astros in this ball game. But it is what it is. Talked about Taylor Scott coming in. He gets the loss. Montero comes and finishes that inning. He gives up 1 walk, but still gets the next 2 outs for the Astros. He was not bad at all. He was bad yesterday, but not bad today. Parker Mashinsky comes in for the Astros in the, I believe, the 7th inning, or was that was the 8th inning? Yeah, the 8th inning. Gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Only got 1 out in the 8th. Brandon Bielak comes in. I got to say, I don't know why Brandon Bielak is on this roster. It doesn't make sense. He is so terrible. He gives up so many home runs as well. Gave up a home run to Stanton in this game. He pitched 1 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run with 2 strikeouts, and 31 pitches as well. Not a big fan of Brandon Bielak at all. Let me know your thoughts on the loss for the Astros in the comment section, and peace out, Go Astros.